I will have to tell you that the last time that that happened to me was with an angry ex-girlfriend.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Now, not only that, but also Elon, in the funniest way possible, okay, took matters further. But before I continue, I want Charlie, Moist Critical, penguinz0, penguinz0, to explain the story. But before I do that, we have to talk about Asmongold. Okay? We have to talk about Asmongold. As you guys know, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and NBs. Okay? Yes, we do. We do. This is a good one. I promise. It's a real let them fight style situation. Okay? It's a real let them fight situation. That's the reason why it's a fantastic story. I love it. Okay? I'm going to explain something to you. Okay?
Elon Musk is a...
Okay. Oh my God! penguinz0 came out with an 11-minute video which has 500,000 views in an hour. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. You will never stop me. You will never stop me from covering this story because it's everything. It's everything to me, okay? It's everything to me. It's got the wealthiest person, the most powerful person on the planet right now, behaving like a thin-skinned man baby and all of the sweatiest gamers that are normally supposed to be Elon Musk fanboys and loyalists losing their minds, finally waking up to the reality that maybe Elon Musk is I'm sorry, this story is everything to me, okay? A real let them fight situation. On the one hand, Asmongold, okay? A person who never leaves his home until it's to get a Whataburger, okay, is also somewhat of an Elon Musk fanboy, if you will, okay, being pressured by other gamers in the community to finally come out and make a understandable, pointed criticism towards Elon Musk for cheating in Path of Exile 2. Very clearly cheating in Path of Exile 2. You got Quinn and Crip, two content creators who are now officially my goats for what they have done. Okay. I will openly cast aside all of the resentment and previous things that Quinn has said about me. Okay. And I will openly state that Quinn, you're good in my book. You're my goat. Okay. You are good in my book. The investigative reporting that these people did in terms of identifying and exposing Elon Musk for so clearly boosting an account by hiring potentially a pro in somewhere in an Asian server, okay? It was fantastic. The story begins with Elon Musk. Okay? The story begins with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the wealthiest person on the planet. He owns numerous companies. Many of them are backed by government subsidies, despite the fact that he routinely will cry about government subsidies, or not government subsidies necessarily, but taxes, because he is a selfish little billionaire. Elon Musk is one of the most thin-skinned, narcissistic people on the planet. He desperately wants the attention and admiration of gamers, okay? Why would you want that? Who knows, okay? I don't understand it, but he wants it desperately. Now, in an effort to garner this kind of attention, he has oftentimes called himself the meme king, with the worst, most deep-fried 9-gag memes you've ever seen, the most 56-year-old man memes you've ever seen online. But aside from that, he has also regularly, with regular frequency, tried to showcase himself as a legendary gamer. Try to showcase himself as a legendary gamer to garner this kind of admiration from the sweatiest gamers. Okay? And in that process, he's actually gotten a decent amount of motion. people thought that he was very good at gaming when he played Diablo. Luckily for him, not a lot of people play Diablo, I guess, in comparison to Path of Exile, or in comparison to how much people are invested in Path of Exile. When he played Diablo 4, or in air quotes, played Diablo 4, Elon Musk most likely boosted his account. Okay, I enjoyed Diablo 4, by the way. People are saying Diablo 4 bad. I don't care. I enjoyed it, but that's probably further evidence that it wasn't very good. Now, having said that, he presented himself as one of the best Diablo 4 players on the planet. Okay, except when he actually streamed it, he wasn't that good. But people didn't really care necessarily. People didn't know enough about it. However, Elon Musk, with his endless hubris, actually did something even worse than that. Elon Musk played Path of Exile 2 when it came out. Okay? For those of you who don't know, Path of Exile 2 is also another top-down, like, strategic RPG style game, but also like a MMORPG kind of. What would Diablo 2 and like Path of Exile be considered? Isometric ARPG, right? ARPG is the genre. Okay. It's very sweaty. It's an action RPG that is top down. It's very, very, very sweaty. It's very difficult. If you look at that skill tree on it, you're like, it immediately makes your heart explode. For me, it gave me an aneurysm. I looked at the skill tree one time and I was like, there's no way I can actually touch this. Isometric loot ARPG, action RPG. It's actually crazy. It's not a skill tree. It's a skill forest. It's a skill universe, right? It's a skill galaxy. Anyway, having said that, it's a very sweaty game. It's a very sweaty game. And a lot of people play it. And the game has been out for not that long, right? But in the process, Elon Musk, in his endless hubris, decided to boost his account to such a high rank that it was physically impossible for him to genuinely get to that degree of success as the number 7th highest ranking player in the world. I suspect, given the numerous tools that Path of Exile actually offers in terms of tracking individual players, okay, this meant that they could figure out exactly when he was logging on, where he was logging on from, the account at least, and what kind of trades this account was making, right? And Crip and Quinn actually dove deep and figured out, as far as I understand, that this was completely boosted. And I suspect, with the limited amount of information, or with the limited amount of knowledge that I have over the situation, I suspect that not only did Elon Musk hire someone to do this, I think he hired multiple people to do this. Multiple very highly skilled players. Because the level, like to get to number 7 on the planet, you don't just need constant grinders. You need 24/7 grinding. And also on top of that, you need to most likely do real money trades, which is also another big no-no, another instance of cheating, in order to be able to get the best possible items. Because as far as I understand, Path of Exile 2, especially in hardcore, there's a lot of trading happening because there's RNG involved in the game. You can't it's not a guarantee that you're going to have the best possible items drop every single time you do these raids or whatever, right? So he most likely did every wrong thing you can possibly do in this game that a lot of people take super seriously. And in that process, people understandably started making fun of him. And many of these people who previously were predisposed with Elon Musk being a gamer or being a meme lord or being awesome, finally had the wool pulled over from their eyes and recognized that perhaps Elon Musk is not the legend he claims to be, okay? Initially, it started, like I said, with Quinn and Crip's investigative reporting. And shout out to both of them. We watched their analysis on the broadcast. Now, how does Asmongold get into this equation? Well, let me tell you. Asmongold is an Elon defender. Asmongold also is followed by Elon Musk. Elon Musk has apparently talked about watching Asmongold videos and whatnot in the past. So for that reason, a lot of people were kind of confused as to why Asmongold, who spends 8.5 hours anytime there is like a non-fuckable main character in a video game that's not even out yet, people were shocked that no, he wasn't watching Quinn's video. As a matter of fact, Quinn's 11-minute video or his 28-minute video investigating Elon Musk's misdeeds in Path of Exile 2 was perfectly in line with the type of content that Asmongold normally reacts to. So people were wondering why Asmongold was not reacting to Quinn's video. Why, oh why, was he not actually taking out the dagger and stabbing Elon with it, like, you know, not literally, but figuratively, right? Quinn thinks you hate him. No, I actually don't hate Quinn at all. I have made fun of him quite a bit. And I don't think our worldviews align in any way, shape, or form. But, you know, I always give respect where respect is due, okay? I think he is a fascinating individual, though. So, he's a funny, strange Kiwi, yeah. In any case, I digress. Let's get back to the situation at hand. So, people were shocked that Asmongold was not reacting to Quinn's video. And people started speculating as to why Asmongold wasn't reacting to Quinn's video or talking about the latest and greatest, the largest, most significant news story of all, that Elon Musk was a fraudulent charlatan who was actually lying to boost his gamer credibility. All right. So people started speculating that Asmongold was doing that deliberately, was refusing to shit on Elon Musk because Elon Musk was maybe an Asmongold fan and that Asmongold was an Elon Musk fanboy in return. So then all of that pressure inevitably amounted to Asmongold actually taking a stance. In a famous tweet, he turned around and said, if Elon Musk can prove that he actually played Path of Exile himself, I will start live streaming on X. This caused a lot of chaos and controversy. He also started making, he took out a couple subtle jabs, maybe not so subtle jabs, at Elon Musk. And all hell broke loose. Ladies and gentlemen, all hell broke loose in the aftermath of that. Because Elon Musk, being the petty tyrant, the thin-skinned man-child that he is, decided to soft block Asmongold, which is the process where you try to subtly, well, you can't do anything subtly as if you're Elon Musk on the platform. And under normal circumstances, it's something that you do subtly where you just block and then unblock someone so they don't follow you any longer. Elon Musk also took away, as far as I understand, Asmongold's verified account.
I would assume that since I am not following him either right now, I would assume that he soft blocked me, which means that he probably blocked me and then unblocked me, which made it to where I don't follow him, and he also doesn't follow me. Now, I will have to tell you that the last time that happened to me was with an angry ex-girlfriend. Why do you unfollow?
Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Now, not only that, but also Elon, in the funniest way possible, okay, took matters further. But before I continue, I want Charlie, Moist Critical, penguinz0, penguinz0, to explain the story, to summarize it for all of you while I go piss.
A worm I like to shoot spitballs and throw tomatoes at from time to time, because he is a jaw-droppingly embarrassing specimen of pure cringe that it is impossible to fight the urge to clown on him. Yet, whenever I do, and whenever anyone mentions Elon in a less than flattering way, you will have the most unlovable Cro-Magnon swarm you, dogpiling like it's World War Z zombies, to try and defend Elon from whatever the slight criticism or jokes were about him. These gonad gobblers will always blow my mind because I don't understand this brain-off worship of Elon Musk. Everything they hype him up to be, he is the opposite. He is not cool. He generates AI images of himself where he's not like this meatball-shaped man. He is not for free speech like they like to hype him up as. He's not a champion of free speech by any means. In fact, I personally think he is someone that is firmly against it in almost every single instance. Like, he personally banned the word cis. He actively bans things that hurt his feelings, and today I think is a great example of that, and hopefully will be a mask-off moment for a lot of people, and open their eyes to the fact that this is not a guy who's for free speech and is not for you. Like, I'm not going to get into it, but do we even need to talk about the H-1B take? Like, come on. He's not looking to hire you. He doesn't want to know you. He doesn't want to employ you. He wants the cheapest labor, and he wants everyone to be constantly fondling his sack and being really, really nice to him because he's our special boy. It's so embarrassing. So, what I want to talk about today is what I think should be a very clear example of how Elon uses his power and where he actually stands on free speech. He is having a textbook.
I love this, dude. It's so funny. All these guys, under any other circumstance, every single person that is involved in the story, every single person that's doing commentary on the story is, in my opinion, so like they're supposed to all be Elon Musk fanboys. If Elon was actually successful in his like endless amount of marketing, all of these guys should be like, oh yeah, he's big into free speech. He's like a big free speech guy. I actually really love him. But now, one by one, every single one of the people in his target audience are recognizing how much of a fraudulent little charlatan he is. Now, Charlie, I don't think has ever been like a super big Elon fanboy, but I think Charlie is still in that target market, right? Like, he's the target demographic. I don't think Charlie was ever like a massive Elon fanboy. Make no mistake. But he is directly the target demographic. Understand what I'm saying? Elon Musk wants someone like Charlie to love him, to admire him. Okay? Maybe even more so than the likes of Quinn. Do you not understand what I'm saying? And the fact that like Charlie already wasn't like a big fan of Elon Musk, and his audience is not a big fan of Elon Musk because of his attitude, because of his opinion. And now the fact that he's like losing the Quinn and the gamers, you know, the Quinns of the world, the Crips of the world, the Asmongolds of the world, like that is glorious to me because he desperately wants it. He wants these guys to love him, to admire him. And finally relented the pressure and watched the Quinn video 3 days ago. This was the trigger. Yes.
Why?
Yes. This is what caused Elon Musk to lose his mind, because he finally watched the video, the Quinn 69 video, and his editor wrote, Elon Musk is not getting away with this. Crip is definitely not an Elon fan. Yes, sorry. Crip is definitely not. I'm not putting Crip and Quinn in the same category here. I'm just simply stating that, like, across the board, these are the guys that Elon wants the attention from. These are the guys that Elon desperately wants admiration from, right? I'm not saying that their politics are the same, just like Charlie's politics are not the same. But like broadly speaking, these guys all are in this gamer space and Elon desperately wants their admiration. Does that make sense? But basically, I think the funniest part about this, and when I covered this first, and I think it's on my YouTube if you want to go watch it. But when I covered the story first a couple days ago, I correctly said, like, yeah, Crip probably was never an Elon fan. However, like, Quinn is exactly the type of dude who's supposed to be an Elon fan, right? And and this was the straw that broke the camel's back for him, right? Elon Musk exposes a fake gamer. Oh, here it is. Yeah. This was the straw that broke the camel's back for the likes of Quinn. And now Asmon is in the fray as well. Okay? Asmon is also in the fray. So due to an outsized, a steady amount of pressure, he finally watches Quinn's video, right? And he gives his commentary on it. And Elon Musk loses his mind. Last night, everything, all of the puzzle pieces fell right. All the puzzle pieces basically fell in order. Okay.
I don't even understand.
We set the stage for this delicious, fantastic delicacy of drama. Oh, delectable. Oh, fantastic. Kino cinema. Okay? So this is the moment where Elon Musk unfollows Asmongold after Asmongold's videos come out and Elon Musk sees it and he gets very mad.
Stand it. Elon unfollowed Asmon. Was he not happy about the, probably not happy about the PoE video?
Yeah, not even gaming. Elon Musk is not getting away with this.
There's no way he played that account.
Just running past Kazov.
No loot filter.
Please not pressing his mana flask.
He's individually dragging the maps into the inventory.
Level 48.
It's not really about one of these things happening. It's about everything happening. There has to be hundreds of hours to being level 97. If Elon Musk can prove that he played this account to 97, I will stream on X starting the day that he proves it for an entire year straight, every single stream that I do. It was so obvious. You cannot get mad at me for bringing this up. If somebody does something that I like, I'm going to say, I like the fact that you did that. But if they do something that I don't like, I have to say that it's bad. Because if you don't do that, that's not really telling the truth, is it? What is this? He responded about it? I love my Chinese alter ego. Okay, here we go.
So one of the questions was, am I going to comment on the Chinese driver of my Path of Exile account? Yes. His name is Elon Ma, and he's amazing. I rely on him for everything.
God, he's such a lame ass dude. Oh, yeah, Elon Ma. Yeah, he's the one who's running the account. Yeah.
Well, there it is. The mystery has been solved. There we go. The ghost scammer.
Ian Miles Chong. Damn, you going hard. So many deaths along the way. It's so... Like, these guys are such pathetic fucking cringe lords, man. So bad! Like, the dick riders... Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. The dick riders know full well that the only thing Elon wants is unlimited rides on the penis, okay? That's it. He will always go back to the offering. He will always turn around and defend and hype up his greatest riders of the penis, the cock carousel dick riders. And of course, Ian Miles Wrong is one of the greatest examples of this. Tim Pool's another one. There's a bunch of these guys out there. Many of them are just like right-wing weirdos, right? Oh, Quinn called Ian Miles Wrong out? Oh, hell yeah.
This guy is like one of those dudes, like in leather, tied up, you know, like he's like a gimp, right? He's like, he's a personification of like a gimp on Twitter, and all he does is eat Elon's ass. And Elon replies to him and agrees with him all the time. Yes! And it's like, bro, this is not a human being.
Okay, I need to tell you guys something very funny. I've had real journalists, not tech journalists, like tech journalists are real journalists too, but like straight up political journalists reach out to me because they're like, hey, do you know this Quinn guy? I'm not even kidding. I've had people reach out to me so I can put them in contact with Quinn. Now, if Quinn wants to, he followed me recently and I followed him back just now. I DM'd him. I was like, if you want, I can put you in contact with some of these people if you want to go and talk about this in mainstream news. But it is so funny to me that this investigative reporting from Quinn is causing so many fissures. Ryan Grimm reached out directly to me. It was like, hey man, so are you friends with this Quinn guy? He's in your space. I would love to have him on the broadcast. Like, can you imagine? It's incredible, dude. It is incredible. It's so funny. It is so funny. Holy moly.
This is not a human being. This is like an ass-eating gimp suit wearing fucking bozo clown. He will literally say anything if whatever he thinks Elon will like is what he will type. That is it. Like, it's not even a person. He is a machine learning algorithm of how to, like, eat Elon Musk's ass the best. And you agree with this guy and reply, like, really?
He's right. And he should say it. I'm so glad that other people are starting to recognize, inevitably in a long enough timeline, there was going to be something, okay? Something that causes people to see the truth, okay? inevitably there was going to be something that causes people to recognize that Elon Musk is a charlatan, a con man, thin-skinned, narcissistic man-child. And one by one, the remaining possible Elon Musk fanboys are falling. And I love that it was Path of Exile 2 that caused this collapse to take place.
Crash out over gaming. Earlier this week, Quinn made a beautiful video that's breaking down the fact that Elon Musk is not the one who piloted his Path of Exile 2 account to the top of the leaderboard. It's not a conspiracy, it's not grasping at straws. When you finish that video, and I highly recommend you watch the whole video, it will be very clear, beyond a shadow of a doubt, Elon Musk was not the one who actually got the account to where it was. He instead gets permission from the boosters to play on it and flex it for his Twitter streams. He didn't know the very basic fundamentals of the game. However, I will say that his catastrophe of a stream while trying to show how great he is at gaming was enough to make me get back into grinding Path of Exile 2, because I've been slow rolling it for a while. I was still on cruel difficulty, but then watch.
Yeah. Everyone keeps saying that every time Elon touches a topic they're knowledgeable about was the moment they realize how utterly stupid he is. Yeah. And it causes people to go, wait a minute, if he's lying in this way, because like, look, not everyone is going to be a super genius on every issue. For example, okay, I have my intellectual weaknesses and everybody knows it, right? Like when it comes to foreign policy, I think that's like my bread and butter. When it comes to like domestic issues in terms of labor-related domestic issues, in terms of healthcare-related domestic issues, in terms of like, rehabilitation, women's rights is probably not my forte, right? I have weaknesses there. It's like I have ball knowledge and I have enough knowledge over certain issues, but it's clear that like it's not my forte. I would say macroecon is another one of those things, right? It's not my forte. It's not like something that I am the most knowledgeable on. I can dish out commentary in real time out of nowhere in a way where I can pull crazy amounts of detail for many of the things that I talk about. But there are certain areas where like it's not, certain areas where it's like apparent that it's not my strongest area, right? Now, the difference is, okay, when it's an area that I'm like unfamiliar with, I try not to present myself as like the foremost authority on the issue. And I will voluntarily reveal that this is not my strong suit. Having said that, right? Having said that, that's still within the realm of like what I do, right? That's still in the realm of what I do. Elon Musk, on the other hand, is very obviously trying to enter areas that he has either no knowledge on or very little knowledge on, but also simultaneously presenting himself as like someone who is top 7 on the planet, right? Like Path of Exile, like you have no business trying to present yourself in this way. If you literally tried to present yourself as like in the top 100 of Path of Exile, people wouldn't even pay that much attention. If you presented yourself as like top 1,000 at Path of Exile 2, people probably wouldn't be this invested. But he demonstrates so much hubris as a multi-billionaire where he has to literally be in the top 10, which immediately makes people go, okay, that's impossible. The amount of man hours that you put in, the amount of investment that you put into this game is impossible for you to do, is impossible for you to get to this point. Like, it's just physically impossible. You know what I mean? And that, I think, is the reason why a lot of people will encounter Elon in this area that they're like at least somewhat knowledgeable on and go, oh my God, he is not only like it's not that he's cheating, okay? It's that he's cheating in such a stupid and visible way. And it also demonstrates his insecurity and the fact that he's like basically doubling down and tripling down and attacking people who are correctly calling him out, that causes people to go, oh my God, what else has he done this on? That's it. That's why it's such a wake-up moment, like a wake-up call for, I guess, the last remaining group of people that are supposed to be Elon Musk fanboys. I think coming after Asmongold like this is unironically, one of the worst things he could have done, because that is like a bastion of pro Elon sentiment. Like that's one of the last like massive communities that probably has like any sort of positive opinions on Elon Musk. He already lost the white nationalists and the mega racists with the H-1B stuff, because he was like, I want to replace all of you. In their minds, they think Elon wants to replace all the tech workers with Indian tech workers. So they're already like very upset at him, right? He was already getting cooked on that front. They were like, oh man, we really loved you when you let us be like as racist as we want to be. But now it's like, now it's kind of messed up because we realized that you put profits over, we thought you were a real one. We thought you were a real racist. And it seems like you put profits over racism, and that's kind of messed up. And now he's losing the gamers. He's still got his crypto bros though. Yeah, he'll never lose those guys. But those guys are permanent bag holders. So you know, it's virtually impossible for them to lose the crypto bros, because they're used to getting cooked. Like their whole world is just like constantly believing in false prophets and you know, losing the bag, having getting rug pulled over and over again, and then thinking this time it'll be different, when there is no evidence that it will be different. It'll be the exact same. It's been the exact same every single time so far. So those guys are kind of stupid, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like, you know, it's like selling timeshare to a Mormon, you know?
Watching Elon the bumbling buffoon try and play Path of Exile was like actual rage bait to get me to go back in and grind hard. So now I'm up to tier 3 waystones in the end game. It's so fucking fun. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The point is, Elon Musk knew nothing about the game. It was very clear. And the big thing about it wasn't even that he had someone boosting his account for him. It's that he was just in this complete denial and trying to convince people that he is the best gamer alive. Like, this game's a little too easy. I'm on max difficulty, you know, swagged out mode, and I'm just kind of breezing through it because I'm just that good at games, that kind of thing. It's his reluctance to just be honest about like, hey guys, I like this game. I don't have time to grind it, so I paid these people to grind it for me so that way I can get to the end game and, you know, play the content I want. It wouldn't have blown up to this degree. I still think that would have been a little silly, and people would have still absolutely made fun of him for it, but to a lesser degree. It just, what's the point? Why are you paying someone to boost your account? If you like the game, why not just play it on your own time, even if it's not that fast, and even if you're not top of the charts? But for Elon, the reason is because he wants everyone to view him as God's gift to humanity. So like, I'm one of the best gamers, check the stats. And he didn't achieve it. It wasn't him. And when Quinn made this video, it very much hurt Elon, because the game...
It's not even like, why cheat? I understand why he cheated, okay? I get that, because it's like marketing for him. He thinks it's like boosting his gamer cred. Why cheat to this degree is the real question. Like, you could have cheated smarter, dumbass. You didn't have to be number 7 on the planet. I'm telling you right now, if Elon Musk hired someone, a team of like very good Path of Exile players in China, okay, to farm his account, to constantly boost his account, to engage in like real currency trading in the game, right? Real money trading in the game. All of that is, to a certain degree, if done correctly, would not have caused people to get this mad. Because if you were in the top 500, that's still an incredibly impressive feat, right? But his hubris caused him to go harder and harder and harder and put himself at top 7. Like, that's crazy. I mean, it's just so obvious that it's not. It would have been obvious that it's not you, even if you were in the top 100. Okay. But when you're in the top 10, more people end up paying attention to it. Like, the dumbest person you know in high school knows not to cheat to get 100% on an exam. If you're going to cheat, you have to get like a B+ at best. You're not supposed to get 100% on the exam, man. That is going to cause your teacher to go, wait a minute, you're one of the best in the class. Like, come on. It literally shows how stupid he is. That to me is a perfect demonstration. It's like, you're not supposed to cheat and get 100%. You're going to get unnecessary attention. It's something that you learn in like 3rd grade, man.
gamers that he's trying to appeal to were privy to the fact that he's not the gaming god he claims to be. And that damaged him. So I knew he was going to have a comical response, but I didn't expect it would be this absurd. To set the stage for what happens next, Asmon and many others covered Quinn's video, as well as other people's content talking about how it was impossible that Elon was the one that actually played on that account because he is just dog shit and knows nothing about the game. Asmon covered this, he talked about it, reacted to the video, and today, Elon went on Twitter and had this to say. Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man.
Dude, and then he leaked private DMs. You are you're the wealthiest person on the planet, and you're beefing with a guy who had a dead rat as an alarm clock in his house that he rarely leaves. And you're beefing with him and you're leaking his private DMs. What is wrong with you? Asmongold was caught with a live roach literally crawling on him, and you're beefing with him as the wealthiest, most powerful person on the planet you're about to be in the incoming administration. You have every agency in the federal government that is prosecuting virtually every single company that you own. And now you are going to be in charge of all of those regulatory agencies, and you are spending your time arguing with Asmongold. I cannot explain to you how much I love this story because of how stupid it is, because how perfectly this demonstrates once again that meritocracy is a lie. Everything Elon Musk does is so narcissistic, so insecure, so ego-driven, and so utterly idiotic that it perfectly exemplifies the lie that is that he worked hard and he worked smart to achieve the level of wealth and power he achieved. This is a 53-year-old man with not one, not two, not four, not 10, 12 children. One of his children he actually has disowned. And this man is spending daytime on beefing with Asmongold. Okay? That to me is insane. It is a perfect demonstration that like CEOs don't do much. Okay? That's the broader takeaway that I want all of you to get from this story, is that if you believe the lie that if someone is super wealthy, they really deserved it, okay? Even though ironically you're watching someone like myself who very clearly lucked into all of this success and all of this, financial success specifically. Duh. But aside from myself, like if you look at someone like Elon Musk and you believe the lie that these billionaires have worked hard and worked smart to get to the point that they got to, and they're still working hard and they're still working smart at the same time, while they're specifically doing this petty, nonsensical bullshit, okay? This should be a wake-up call for you. That's it. That's it. It's a wake-up call. Please. Well, I mean, in my case, I do actually quite literally put in the hours. It's visible. It's what I do. My job requires me to be on camera, so you see it. But with Elon, because he's behind a veneer of hard work that he can work in the shadows or whatever, people still speculate that he's working really hard behind the scenes. But like he works extra hard, in my opinion, to basically prove that he's not working hard. Okay? Yeah, the wealthiest CEO on earth, ironically enough, this is a good point, Gremlo. The wealthiest CEO on earth would beef with Asmongold because he's got the time, but a top 5 Path of Exile 2 hardcore player wouldn't have the time to beef with Asmongold. That is the reality. If Elon Musk actually was a top 7 Path of Exile 2 player, he literally would not have enough time to send tweets to Asmongold or send any tweets at all, because he'd be grinding at least 18 hours a day, at least. That is virtually impossible for one singular person, especially considering RNG and how important trade is in order for you to get the best possible items and in order for you to be at the tippy top, okay? Like, it's no matter how hard you work in Path of Exile, there's still the element of RNG that you cannot overcome. So clearly, he's not working hard on anything. He's just working hard on this type of shit.
He then leaked his DMs with Asmon, where he said, this is Asmon, I'm going to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it. And then Elon replies, sure. Who are these mysterious editors?
That's crazy to me. He's like tracking Asmongold's editors because he's mad. He's mad at the way his editors, like, most likely, from context, who's like, I think he was upset at the way, or like Asmongold kind of probably said like, oh, my editors title my videos like I didn't do it myself or something, right? And Elon, being the 53-year-old man that he is, thought that his editors, okay, being the 53-year-old man that he is, in this former conversation from November 29, 2024, thinks that his editors are like a news editor. He doesn't understand anything. Think about that. He literally heard Asmongold be like, oh, these are my editors, right? They run the YouTube account. Like, this is, so any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they just get a cut of the ad revenue. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. Elon Musk thought that meant Asmongold works for his editors and not vice versa, because he is 53 years old and thinks that it works in the same way that it does in newspapers. Because he posted this private correspondence with Asmongold with the tweet that accompanied it stating, oh, Asmongold is owned by these people.
He actually sounds like that news anchor. Who is this 4chan? Like, how can someone be this fucking out of touch and stupid? I will never cease to be shocked by the absolute idiot potion this guy seems to be boofing on.
Do you understand how stupid this is? Asmon's DMs to his editors after his convo with Elon.
I said Elon hit me up and was asking if I'd want to post clips and videos on Twitter. Do y'all think it's a good idea? It would probably make separate account for it for monetization. He says that's cool, lol. I know he asked XQC before too, but I hadn't seen any similar content creators get crazy.
He asked XQC? Yo, Elon Musk is so invested in Twitch. Oh my God. Oh, Jeff Bezos, save me. Jeff Bezos, please protect me. Jeff Bezos, you are my God King. Please don't turn Twitch into the failure that has become Washington Post with your decision making. Okay, please. I am so scared. Has he DM'd you? No. No, I know Elon knows who I am. I've talked about this before. I had Grimes on the stream, chat. Yes, he is not a fan. I know all of that. I will not reveal my sources, but yes, of course, I know for a fact that, especially since the Grimes stream, he is very aware of who I am and does not like me at all. Having said that, however, you know, we're just gonna act like that's not the case, because I don't like when people that are that powerful and people that are that wealthy are aware of my existence. So I try not to think about it. I really hope that Jeff Bezos, for example, has no fucking clue who I am. I don't think he does, but I'm glad that he doesn't know, and we should keep it that way. Okay? But Elon, I do know. I know for a fact. But hey, listen, I post on Twitter a lot, okay? So please. Anyway, plus I'm right wing now. Exactly. I'm right wing. I love Trump. Please don't come after me. Anyway,
some more content creators get crazy numbers doing that. People are free to repost as much as they want. I feel the opportunity is there. We would have already started spamming clips and videos on TikTok. There are already some repost clips that get a lot of views. Maybe you can tell people to do it in the next stream, and then we can see how it goes. Exactly. So this is the conversation we had. Yeah, this is there it is. Seems like you need their approval, no? Well, I would need their approval in a way.
That's so funny that people are trying to debate Asmongold and being like, seems like you are owned by your editors. Like, even in his own community, there's still people who are so invested in like defending Elon Musk that they're like, no, dude, that's not how this works. Like, it is because he needs their approval. He needs their approval because like he has a more ethical way of running his business than you would suspect from someone like Asmongold. That's it. Okay, you literally do the same thing like Asmon. The editors clip part of your VOD and put the title and thumbnail and yeah, exactly. Of course, most people in our field have a much more ethical way of doing doing business. Yeah, this is the only time that Elon Musk is like, what? Step Brothers the perfect meme for Jeff Bezos and me? Wait, no, this is not it. There was another instance where Elon actually did like reply to someone making fun of me or something, but that's it. What is this? They used Hasan as an example in new community notes guidelines. I'm a fact checker for Meta. They have a fact checking community notes now in the official guidelines. They used Hasan as an example. Note, the claim that the Trump rally shooter has been identified as Hank Baker is false. According to fact checking website Check Your Fact, which found the image circulating online misidentifies the actual suspect. Explanation from Meta. This note is helpful because it cites high-quality sources, provides helpful additional context, and uses neutral and easy-to-understand language. That's hilarious. With me wearing the I lubricate my AR-15 with liberal cum shirt, too. Oh, yeah, this was the one time that he made fun of me. Landed in Mexico and immediately got detained for customs for having too many pieces of electronic equipment for which they made up a number and forced me to pay taxes on. Yeah, but anyway, getting back to it, we're gonna talk about this back and forth. I just wanted to cover like the broader strokes of the story.
Daily, like, how? What do you mean? Who are these mysterious editors? Do you not know what editors are? Holy shit!
No, Charlie. He's 53 years old, so he thinks editors have editorial control over content creators because he doesn't understand that they are video editors. He thinks that they are editors in the same vein as editors at the New York Times, because in traditional press, in mainstream media, editors have editorial control over what journalists are writing. They're kind of like a boss, a manager. That's what he thinks is going on here. That is the hilarious part of this story.
So then, Asmon explains, two guys, links them, and then they basically run the entire YouTube account, lol. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they can just get a cut of the ad rev. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. And then there's a community note there, which says what should be obvious to anyone with a functioning frontal lobe. Elon Musk seems to think Asmongold is an employee with editors overseeing him. That's incorrect. Asmongold's editors are actually his employees. They edit, upload his content for a revenue share. They don't control what he does. And then Elon Musk proceeds to take away Asmongold's checkmark on Twitter. You remember that thing Elon was like really adamant about, you know, how checkmarks were kind of like weaponized? Hey, Elon, you're doing that. So the free speech guy. So then, Asmon explains, two guys, links them, and then they basically run the entire YouTube account, lol. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they can just get a cut of the ad rev. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. And then there's a community note there, which says what should be obvious to anyone with a functioning frontal lobe. Elon Musk seems to think Asmongold is an employee with editors overseeing him. That's incorrect. Asmongold's editors are actually his employees. They edit, upload his content for a revenue share. They don't control what he does. And then Elon Musk proceeds to take away Asmongold's checkmark on Twitter. You remember that thing Elon was like really adamant about, you know, how checkmarks were kind of like weaponized? Hey, Elon, you're doing that. So the free speech guy, his checkmark because he hurt your feelings, fundamentally shadow banning him, because without a checkmark, his replies and his engagement go way down and you won't really see it anymore. You're shadow banning someone who hurt your feelings.
Mr. Free Speech, by the way, Mr. Free Speech, once again, Mr. Free Speech.
Elon is just that fucking sensitive. In fact, sensitive doesn't even really cover it. Like, my cock gets sensitive when it gets sucked for too long. I'm like, ooh. But, like, that's sensitive. Elon has reached a new level of sensitivity I did not think was even achievable by a human being. It is just fucking flabbergasted by how soft he is. He has all the money in the world, but is beyond insecure to the point that I can't believe he's a real person. This has to be some kind of, like, android protocol that's been sent from space, from, like, space Redditors, in order to see, like, the limits of cringe that can be pushed. Come on! He's talking about editors and then saying Asmon needs his editor's permission to post things. He lacks the fundamental understanding not only of Path of Exile 2, but of life. Like, of living as a sentient being. How can you even reach that conclusion? I mean, I know how he reached that conclusion because he is a turbo moron who can't, like, activate neurons and think. So he saw the word editor and made the assumption that it's like the editors that will oversee someone's work in the journalism sector. And he gets these dots, these breadcrumbs that he starts connecting from out of fucking nowhere about how, well, Asmon is actually just a pawn of his editors. That's not just wrong, that is just blatant misinformation. He is actively engaging in misinformation, making it seem like Asmon has a puppet master above him, these editors, that he has to...
Yeah, if he knew anything about Asmongold, he would recognize that his puppet master is his Reddit, okay? People that post on his subreddit. Like, that's the real puppeteers of Asmongold to a certain degree. There are issues that he'll take a stance on against his community's best, against his community's opinion. But, like, the real puppet masters are not his editors, all right?
Answer to. And then he abuses his power to take away his checkmark. He is actively doing all of the things he says he is super against, and all of the people say that he hates and will never do. He does it.
I'm going to say it. Critical support to Asmongold in this trying time, okay?
I don't see how a single Elon Musk nipple-suckling leech could see this and conjure up some kind of excuse for it. There's no mental gymnastics that could possibly exist to justify this behavior. It's the epitome of everything people hate. It's cringe.
A lot of critical support here. Critical support for Quinn and critical support for Asmongold. I mean, you know.
It's sensitive.
In these trying times.
It's an abuse of power. His feelings got hurt, so he used his power.
Yeah, detente with Asmonation remains in effect. Exactly. Exactly. Listen, sometimes you make allegiances in the most interesting places, okay?
As the fucking chief general of Twitter to take away his checkmark because he hurt his feelings, and then he goes on to leak DMs. How could you possibly look at that and be like, no, that makes sense. Elon was in the right here.
What? He has been sucking up trying to get back in Elon's good graces all day. Wait, really? That's disappointing. But Elon is such a petty bitch that I feel like he might not.
Like, let's say you just love Elon. You know what? I'm not your dad. You can like whoever you want, like whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. But why do you have to like something and then love everything they ever do? Why can't you be more receptive to, like, you know, I really like Elon, but this was a bad look. I didn't.
Earlier, Asmo was saying Elon was probably right and he probably deserved it and Elon did an oopsie, but it's fine. No. Still a W for Quinn. He worked hard on that video. Yeah, I love that Quinn is just bouldering Elon. He doesn't give a damn. By Elon's logic, your boss used to be the top of the hour ad break. It's true. My boss used to be the top of the hour ad break, but it no longer is because at the top of the hour, I no longer run ad breaks because I no longer have a contract. Okay. Having said that, however, you can still subscribe, not to avoid the ads at the top of the hour like you used to be able to, but instead to support the stream. If you would like to do so, it is $6 or free with a Twitch Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Subscriptions give you emotes, allow you to avoid the limitations that there sometimes exist on follow mode, and also allow you to send me links. Sect Haver, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour that I don't actually serve. Anyway, let's continue.
Didn't like what he did here. I think this was pretty embarrassing. That's called being normal. For some reason, people just can't be normal anymore. If you like something, you have to be obsessed with it. You have to fucking love it. You have to be, like, snorting that drug constantly and shut out and hate everyone who pokes holes in it. It's so weird. I don't know why people want to live their life this way. They just want, like, the black and white. Elon good. Anyone who said Elon not good, they're bad. Elon good. I don't...
Asmongold said it wasn't a big deal. Elon leaked his DMs. That's insane. That is insane. You're talking about the guy who runs this platform, man. He's basically like, he's basically pointing unnecessary attention towards your editors, dude. What the hell? That is how do you ride that dick after the dick has been spoiled, you know?
I don't know why people want that. No one likes to think anymore, and with the way the internet's gone, you don't have to think anymore. You can just wait for tweets to tell you what to think, or even chat GPT to tell you what to think. I guess it's just easier to live your life on like drooling autopilot mode. But I would argue that you are doing yourself a huge disservice in life if you just live this way, where even if you really like Elon, whatever, why not just be receptive to the idea that he's not infallible? Maybe he does make mistakes. Maybe he is cringe sometimes. And you can acknowledge that, recognize that, and then at the end of the day, still like him if you want. It just doesn't compute with me. And of course, it's not exclusive to Elon. It's a very normal thing now all of a sudden where if you like something or like someone, anything that is brought up that's negative about it is like the end of the world to you, and then you spend hours a day arguing with bots on Twitter about it and defending the thing you like. I just don't get it. Elon Musk, I think, is just the best example of this phenomenon because his fan base does PR for him as if it's their actual job. Like,
yeah, it's like the worst of the worst in terms of like parasocial behavior because Elon Musk has the money to actually hire people. Like, if there's one guy that could just like simply hire people to do PR for him, it's Elon. And he does PR, right? He has a PR team. So what's crazy to me is that like people in that situation still ride him into oblivion. They ride him into oblivion like a bunch of medieval peasants that think that this is their only opportunity at a shot at being a part of the aristocracy. Okay? Like, they straight up, I totally understand how these like, my lord deserves the extra grain type peasants existed. Okay? Back in the day, during times of monarchy where the lordship and the God-ordained divine king was able to command such a large swath of the population because they thought that they could have a crumb. They thought that they could have a crumb of the gold that the king has in his dungeons, okay? That's straight up what it is. Please take my wife on prima nocta, my lord. I would be honored if you took my teenage wife's virginity, my lord. That's what they're doing. That's how they're operating. Like, for a shot, for a crumb of like Elon Musk's attention, they just literally do free PR for him. It makes no sense. At least back then, the leaders appealed to divinity. Today, there's no logic other than money equals power equals intelligence. Yes, the thing that held that kind of structure under theocratic monarchies was obviously the fact that, you know, God made the king, right? And that's why he deserved it. Now it is a failed notion of meritocracy under capitalism. It's not God that put Elon in that position. It's actually this lie that society constantly reinforces that Elon actually worked harder and worked smarter than everybody else to get to that position. That's it. That's it. This is what I many times over. It's just like we worship the throne of the almighty dollar, okay? Instead of previously assuming that someone in a position of power was God ordained. And for some people, it is actually still godliness. America is predisposed with this. America is predisposed with the notion that with the notion of prosperity gospel, right? That like if you are poor, it's because of your own moral failures. If you're rich, it's because God has actually shined his graceful light upon you because you deserve to be rich. So there is that same mechanism of reinforcement even with American understandings of Christianity as well. So there is that too. Make no mistake. Have you mentioned that Elon is doubling down on being a God gamer? Yes, I'm going to get to it in a second. Hold on. We got more.
Like, they are professional PR drones for Elon that he doesn't even have to pay, because they are in the trenches every single minute of every single day, suckling on him, arguing on his behalf, shutting down any criticisms against him. It's just so embarrassing, almost as embarrassing as Elon himself. So yeah, anyway, I had to talk about this, because what an incredible response from Elon to just take away Asmon's check mark and then leak his DMs where he completely misunderstands that editors aren't like his overseers. It's so, oh my god.
Anyway, so, but the story doesn't end there. So one of these like Elon Musk dick riders, basically, American YouTuber, Twitch partner, gamer living in Seoul, comes out in defense of Elon Musk, making a full YouTube video. Elon Musk, of course, immediately responds to it because, again, he has so much time on his hands. Like, how did he find this guy? Like, how did he see this video? Like, anyway, it's got 1.3 thousand likes. I wonder how many it did before Elon even replied to it. But Elon replies and says, Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality, has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He's not his own man. Okay. And that's crazy because this reinforces the idea that we were talking about previously, his stupid understanding of what editors are, because he thinks that Asmongold's editors are his bosses. Okay. He thinks Asmongold's editors are editors in the same vein as like a New York Times editor, like a managerial staff position. Okay. And then he gets context noted. Asmongold does not have bosses. He employs content editors to package and redistribute content from his live Twitch streams and on other platforms. Then he doubles down or triples down, quadruples down. Here's me doing a world record Diablo AOZ clear with Ace of Spades headquarters on stream. And then Ian Miles, Dick Rider Wrong responds, I'm a regular Quinn69 viewer. He's gone from being the biggest Elon meat rider to thinking Elon's a total clown as a result of this. Oh, amazing. I love that. I love that more people are recognizing how he is. All right. You shouldn't have to justify yourself to these people, but it's nice that you've got receipts to prove your gaming credentials. Elon responds to his biggest meat rider and he says, I'm on hundreds of streams on YouTube and Twitch playing live with the world's best players. No other way to say this, but while Asmon is good at caustic commentary, making fun of people, he is not good at video games. Once again, by the way, repeating that Elon Musk is an Asmongold fan. Connor, of course, took advantage of the situation and said, can vouch for this. As one of the world's best gamers, it was electric having you on Fortnite Friday. Keep proving the doubters wrong. Back to Grok, Lamau, loving it on here. To which Asmongold also replied to not the Maverick tweet, but the other one. Oh, this is where it all began, obviously. Like, he posted this as proof. It's just like, I think people who are Elon reply guys who just like try to defend him everywhere online are some of the lowest of the low. Like, I can't think of being in a lower, I can't imagine being in a lower position than that. Like, you are such a, like, you have no self-respect, no self-worth whatsoever. Like, you are just the bottom of the barrel in society, honestly. It's kind of, it's disgusting to me. I don't know. Maybe it's too much for me, but I genuinely find that to be so gross. I also don't understand it because it's like, I still, to this day, don't understand why Elon is so desperate for taking matters into his own hands in terms of like doing his own PR. I mean, I get it because he is truly stupid. He's not like the brilliant savant that he portrays himself to be. But it's just so stupid that he just won't delegate this one thing, right? Like, just hire a PR team and never be online. It's so dumb. The more you appear online, the more accessible you are, the more people are going to recognize that you're a pathetic little ego-driven, narcissistic man-child. I don't get it. If I had his level of wealth, okay, I would have dropped the socialism shit a long-ass time ago. Let's be real, right? I can't even get to that level of wealth and prosperity without obviously exploiting millions of people. But I would just never be online. Like, I would never actually entertain access. There are a ton of other billionaires who don't do that on purpose. They don't do that because they understand that if you interact with the average person, they're inevitably going to realize that, like, there's no difference between you and them. And as a matter of fact, you might be dumber than the average person as a matter of fact. So, like, they're going to start entertaining the notion. They're going to start destroying the notion, dissolving the notion of meritocracy. in real time. But because he's so narcissistic and demonstrates so much hubris that he thinks he can still overcome this. Okay? It's very, very sad. If I was a part of the billionaire consortium, if I was a part of like this like shadowy league of billionaires, I would try to do everything in my physical power to stop Elon from posting. He is messing up the bag for the rest of the billionaires. Okay? Straight up. Like, if I'm Richard Branson, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You're ruining the situation for us. We've had it so good. We currently have wealth inequality to the same level as the Gilded Age. Like, we're talking Great Depression era wealth inequality. Shut up and build a new wing for a museum. What's wrong with you? What is this constant, like, desperate, self-effacing, and sometimes self-aggrandizing way of trying to routinely get the sweatiest people to be on board with everything that you're doing, to have them admire you and think of you as this like brilliant guy? If you want that, get a news hit. You can pay for it. Like, there is the reason why there is all of this like pre-existing Elon praise is quite literally because he used to do that. Do you understand? Because he got Time Magazine to write glazing articles about him. He got all, people used to consider him to be Tony Stark. And basically he is still running on the initial propping from mainstream media. He also lucked into a tremendous amount of wealth and was able to lie his way to the top over and over and over again. And once you get enough institutional investors on board who have a vested interest in you maintaining your credibility, okay, maintaining your credibility, then because you're the key man for all of these companies that have other people that are invested in it, then they're going to try to defend you to the best of their ability. And Elon regularly tries to ruin that. That's why you don't know much about German billionaires at all. They stay hidden as much as they can instead of trying to be a celebrity. Yeah. But the thing is, if you are a billionaire, here's the thing. If you are a billionaire, you can already you can purchase that level of admiration through the appropriate channels. Do you understand? You can buy that kind of fealty. The problem is he won't do it that way. He won't do it through the appropriate ways of buying that kind of fealty when there is a multi-billion-dollar marketing and PR sector cultivated specifically to be able to do that, right? Instead of going through the regular route of just, like I said, donating a bunch of your money to, you know, museums or whatever and have your name slapped on the side of a museum, he tries to do it directly. Okay? And that is a failure. There is a reason why other wealthy people don't do this, don't do what Elon is doing, and do the other thing that they've done historically. Okay? And he's been doing this since he called that British diver in Thailand a pedophile, you know? The Resnicks here in LA are a great example. They're straight up evil, but enjoy good PR thanks to their friendship with Colbert and museum donations. Yep. It's amazing how embarrassing it is, how much power, how much awesome power this man has over the lives of the Americans and maybe even the rest of the planet. And he's over here duking it out with Asmongold, man. And over what? Over what? Because Asmongold dared entertain the notion that he was phony in video games. Asmongold, every other day of the week, has slopped up Elon Musk. Every other day of the week. It's shocking that despite his endless admiration about Elon, the one time where he's like, yeah, man, it seems like you're fake about Path of Exile, something that virtually everyone else has recognized, you know, he just goes, no, that's a bridge too far. Speaking of the Resnicks and Pistachio Wars, do you know if Yasha Levin has any beef with you? There was a tweet. I wasn't sure how to interpret during the Ethan drama. Wait, no, Yasha loves me. What are you talking about? He DM'd me directly after the firefighter, the firefighter coverage. No, I don't have any beef with him. Yeah, I saw. I like that the community notes are also talking about like, oh, they deleted it. No way. The community notes are talking about like Asmongold's accomplishments as a gamer. No, it's there. I just saw it. I mean, the website is so busted, so it's not an accident that like you can kind of see it but not see it as well. Warcraft logs is such a misinterpretation of WoW player skill, just so you know. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care. What I do know is that Elon is a fake gamer and Asmongold is a more real gamer, even on the aesthetic side, okay? Let's be real. Asmongold is, even just on looks alone, okay? Judging, if you put a photo of Asmongold side by side with Elon and you were like, which one of these is a real gamer? 99.9% would say Asmongold, okay? Also, Asmongold doesn't claim to be the best gamer anyway. I don't think he has ever done that, as a matter of fact. He just, I mean, he is a degenerate gamer, and that much is true. I don't know, bro, if you ask me, it's hard, both are nerdy. Come on, dog. Asmongold literally looks like the archetype of a person who has spent too much time in front of the computer. I mean, those are factually accurate statements. In between saying factually accurate statements such as that one, he basically said, like, yeah, he roached. Okay, a term for those of you who don't know, and I didn't know this either, when you run away instead of doing the right thing in a raid, that he did the wrong thing, and his reaction wasn't great, but then people went nutty mode over it, which then ultimately led to Pirate Software getting banned, kicked out of the guild, and that's it. All bets are off as soon as you choose to play hardcore mode in WoW. It's just stupid because the game isn't designed to be played in that way in the first place. I used to respect you until you started discussing WoW. I think this is the maximum amount of WoW discussion I'm going to give you. Especially because it's like pretty funny to look at like how much involvement there is. This video has 453,000 views. This has been like keeping people up at night. Okay? This is keeping people up at night. People are so upset. People are losing their minds. Every large content creator is given a take on it. And for me, it's like looking at this from the outside, especially as so many significant things around the world are happening right now in real time. I just can't help but laugh at what keeps people's attention in this day and age. You know, it's amazing. This is why people laugh at us. Wait, what? Laugh at us? It's so funny to think that these guys who have been staying up at night every single day, day in, day out, because of like hardcore WoW raids, would turn around and be like, you guys care about Israel, you freaking losers. But yeah, bro, we got nothing else. Everything is falling apart. I kind of get it because I think of how annoying it is when randos online are like, you need to hold yourself accountable. I get why he was not dealing with this. Yeah, no, I know, but there's a difference. Like, if you've truly done something that people that are in your orbit also believe you've done wrong, right? I think the best possible thing to do in that situation is not to double down and to be like, I'm wrong here. It's the worst thing to do. I know that. You know what I mean? It's the worst thing to do, especially when like people use this as an avenue to attack you for irrelevant things. Like, people will develop resentment towards you, especially if you're a popular content creator. If you're like a somewhat well-known content creator, people will just like develop resentment towards you regardless because they just see your face too much. That's just how the internet is. It's very weird, right? And in that process, a lot of people will just pile on. A lot of people will just like pile on and use this as an opportunity to reinforce their resentment, right? Hasan, are you serious? You never do that? Lol, you're always doubling down. Yeah, famously, the one thing that everybody bullies me over is when I predicted falsely that Russia would never invade Ukraine. And famously, I also did not apologize for that and kept doubling down, if you recall. Oh, wait, that's not the case. I literally did do that, and people still yell at me over it regardless. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, my point is like, you should do the right thing. And you know, do it for your own sake, not for the sake of like getting people out of your hair, but do it for the sake of like, you know, it is as if they blame Palestinians for Hamas. It's dumb to take the blame just so Israel doesn't hate you. Please tell me you're not comparing WoW drama to Israel Palestine. I'm going to shut off the stream for the rest of the day, I think. I think 42 minutes into the broadcast. I'm done. I'm done. This is going to be one of the shortest. This is going to be one of the shortest returns. Okay. Someone unironically compared like a person playing WoW to a genocide that's going on. That's insane. Anyway, we're going to be talking about Elon Musk crashing out because he's a child as well, obviously, because that's really funny. Now you have to play WoW. I will not be doing that. Tyler One has your exact take on Pirate. That's my goat.
For not saying sorry, but are we serious with some of the shit I've
That's
been
my
saying?
goat. That's my goat.
Saying?
If Tyler One said it, then I 100% agree with it. And seconded, I don't know anything. Only Tyler One knows things. If Tyler One came out and started doing political commentary, I would have to literally quit. So please, Tyler One, stay in the lanes that you have actually occupied, whether it be chess with your incredibly high elo out of nowhere, or with the fact that you have actually completely dominated the field of WoW. Tyler One, I pray to your altar every night. Okay, please stay in the lanes that you have occupied. Please never get into political commentary. I do not want to lose my job. Okay, I don't want to lose my job. He's literally done everything. Okay, he's just slowly but surely going through every single meta and just becoming the top guy in every single meta just for fun. Okay, for no other reason but because he can do it. And I don't like that. If he were, I do like that. As long as he just doesn't get into political commentary. Tyler One, please don't do that. Okay, Tyler One is way too cool to care about politics ever. I agree. He's 6'5". He outlifts me. He is my goat. I have said this before. Still haven't beaten height. No, he's 6'5". He's 6'5". I'm 6'4". He's 6'5".
This guy's an idiot for not saying sorry. But are we serious with some of the shit I've been saying? I've been seeing? Are we serious? He threatened to report Twitch streamers? Bro, okay, but low key. Again, I dare not say my take. But bro, what are we doing? You guys say he's feeding it. He's a streamer. Have you seen his chat? Bro, his chat's been like it's a meme, yes, but it's been a bit disgusting. I'm just like,
he's the GOAT at reforming in his toxic ways as well. What can't this man do? What can't this man do? He is fathered a child. He is the GOAT at being a father. Okay. Hasan is turbo short. Goddamn 6'4". Sheesh. Learn to grow, big dog. I know. I'm a grower, not a shower.
Obviously, he's gonna lash out. People not know what egos are. What are we doing? Like, dude, apparently he's getting swatted. He's getting death threats in game, out of game. People are bringing up his past. Apparently he was a Fury. They found his like alt identity. Like, what do we do? Like, what do we, guys? Is this not too much?
I mean, he's right.
Like, when is enough?
He's right. People are so mentally ill online. Also, he said Fury instead of furry. He was a Fury. I didn't know that, but that kind of makes sense. But listen. Wait, did he mean furry or did he mean like Fury? Like an actual, is Fury a thing? I don't understand that. But a Fury warrior. One thing that I will say is that it is kind of sad that the moment that you put a lot of Twitch streamers in one space where they are supposed to collaborate with one another, egos always get in the way, parasocial relationships always develop, and the fan base always is like, okay, well, it's time to dox and kill this person. Can we please dox this person and SWAT them so the SWAT team that, you know, knocks on their door ends up assassinating them? And it's like, how do we get there every time? Like Grand Theft Auto No Pixel Roleplay or WoW raids or whatever. It's not even like specific to WoW. Almost always, like every single collaborative effort in this field turns into this madness. The pylon tracks with how much more internet has crossed into reality over the past couple of decades, while immaterial issues have more frequently had material consequences. With leaner opportunities IRL, creating greater attachment to immaterial stuff like loot boxes, gacha, boosts your special customized little guy. I agree. Like it is, I cannot be here today because I will disagree. What is this? Pyre's beyond ego. Okay, but when everyone is right about Pyre, remember this moment. There's more to this. Okay, listen. I love M HUD and I respect him. There's way more to this. Then some wow shit. People should pay attention. Pyro's an actual narcissist and cannot admit he's wrong ever. There's a real reason why he has so many people waiting for this to happen. I cannot be here because I will disagree. M-Hud is also a wow freak. So he probably knows a lot more than I do. But my point is, I don't really know Pirate that well. I don't know anything about him. But it tracks from my own personal experience of being a Twitch streamer myself and the way that people think about me. I'm sure that they have the same exact resentment towards me that they do about him. And I think some of it is valid for myself and for him as well. And I still have the controversial opinion that no one deserves to have people pile on this much to the degree where it like enters the real world space. You know what I mean? Hasan, respectfully, I don't care about some BS glorified internet college drama. What the hell did Pirate even do? All I'm saying is like keeping it to just being like, yeah, I'm not too fond of this guy because of the way he carries himself. Is valid, or I'm not too fond of this guy and I think he made the wrong decision in this raid is one thing. But I do think that like a lot of stuff online, and it's not even just because of him. It's not even just against like Pirate Software, but just like virtually every person online that becomes the #1 villain of the day. Ultimately, the way to deal with that situation in the eyes of many is basically to take matters into their own hands and to dox that person and try to get them killed, which I think is so crazy. Is almost always to just like get to a degree where it almost always gets to a degree where people are just like, it's time to, you know, harass this person in the real world. But regardless, I think also he's getting it from all angles. People are mad that he collaborated with Asmongold or something. So there's like, he's getting it from every angle. On the one hand, people are yelling at him in his own community because he has like a relatively progressive community where I think like they're mad because he collabed with Asmongold or something. I don't know. And also on the other hand, he's getting obviously like every WoW guy and everyone that kind of hated him from the jump, but never really said anything, I guess. Like it was dormant. The hatred that people have for him was dormant, but they've seen this as an opportunity to be like, this guy sucks. So it's hard for me not to see it to a certain degree, his position, even though I do understand that like his dealing with the matter, the way he dealt with the matter wasn't the best, which is I think why a lot of people just like doubled as he doubled and quadrupled down. A lot of people basically fucking were like, oh, I hate him. Asmon defended him. He didn't collab with Asmon. Asmon was shitting on a game he loves due to misinfo, so we went on Asmon's stream and corrected said misinfo. They're more mad that when people said to him, hey, Asmon sucks, why'd you have a combo with him like this? He told them it's apolitical, stop crying. I mean, people yell at me when I talk to Asmongold and I debate him, so I get it. Again, but before we do, let me blast off real quick. Ray roasted your gaming skills. Oh, here we go. What is this?
What do you mean? This is like watching Hasan game. That is so insulting.
The scroll.
Nah, hold on. I'm yelling at chat. That is crazy. That is actually crazy.
Okay, hold on now.
Video games all the time. He does not. Okay. That's
crazy. Why is she getting that mad? You know, I'm a pretty decent gamer. I think. What's happening right now? I mean, I'm a decent gamer. I don't know why she's getting this upset.
All right. I am more into.
Would she get this upset if someone compared her gaming to Todek, who is like, I would say around the same level as a gamer to myself, you know? Like me and Todek are probably like right there next to one another in terms of like gaming prowess, I would say. You know, would she get this mad about like if someone was like, wow, you're gaming just like Timmy? Because like Timmy's always talking about how I taught him how to flick. You know, it's not a big deal. Like, it's just weird. It's weird that she was this offended, I think. It's very odd that she was this offended.
Listen, I am just not dialed in as much as I could be. Okay, now, they said this is like watching Hasan game. And I feel like... That's what I'm saying.
What?
That's crazy.
Well, okay,
Listen, have they
okay.
seen us?
Now she's getting up. Now Myung is also joining on the. This is brutal. This is brutal. This is unacceptable. It's brutal. I think it's messed up that this is the reaction. Okay, I think it's messed up that this is the reaction. I think they should be going, wow, what a wonderful thing to say about a person who is so good at gaming. It's like, you're kind of a semi-pro. Hasan is kind of a semi-pro. Like, they're saying that you're comparative to him is not a bad. Okay.
Someone play this?
No, I don't even think he has Minecraft installed. Actually,
Yeah, how dare they?
how would he know, or what would they know what it's like for him to play this? Actually, I'm so gamer. You know what? I'm done messing up. Let's go.
That's crazy. I think that's crazy that she got this mad. I don't understand it. All right. Anyway, okay. Netanyahu tries to spoil the ceasefire. Hold on. Netanyahu tries to spoil the ceasefire in the last moment. State Department violently removes journalist. Ignoring Ray. Wait, what's happening? What did she say? I swear he ignores my messages about scary games every day. No, I'm not. I'm not ignoring it. I see it. I hear it. And I'm down. I'm down to do it. Are you gonna cover Tyler 1 beating Soda Poppin in the best of out of 5 duel to become the true war chief of OnlyFans? Maybe. Honestly, maybe. Okay. Drama time. Asmon versus Elon over fake gamer allegations. Watching the Union doc later. Get in now. The pirate, dude, I think the Elon Musk Asmongold drama is infinitely more in line with the things that I normally cover than the pirate software allegations or the pirate software drama. I will admit, like, I haven't really paid attention to it. I talked about this yesterday or like the day prior. I just don't really know what's going on. But I also personally don't think it's like all that relevant. I think it's probably going to go away eventually. Because it's just so entirely invested in World of Warcraft. Like, the concept of roaching as a mage, like that, you have the goals of like defending your front line and then like running away from that responsibility is just such a, like, if you try to describe that again to a bus driver, like, they would probably go, what are you talking about? But if you try to describe the the concept of like the wealthiest man on the planet hiring someone to play video games for him and then being outed as like playing fake video games, and because he's so petty that he just straight up is actively going to war with a bunch of like sweaty ass gamers, like that in and of itself I think is like more in line with the things that I talk about. So, see, you're totally a video game understander. Yeah, I think, like, as far as I understand, like, the pirate software stuff, like, if he had just simply stood aside and was like, I f***ed up, you know, and took ownership over it, like, it never would have exploded to the degree that it did. Because it's, at the end of the day, it's a video game. You know what I mean? It's like, my father died because a mage left him. It's relatable. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand. Like, okay, yeah, he messed up. Like, why are people losing their minds over it? What the hell's going on? Like, people will die on the ego hill for the dumbest shit. Yeah, but the pylons and like the way that people reacted to it, it seems is also kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Literally just most pointless drama. He killed 2 other players permanently in a game for his actions. No, I know. You're not considering how funny it is. No, it's really funny though. He got 2 other high levels perma-killed. No, I know. I understand that. I understand it. I think the way that people are reacting to it is still funny though, because it's like, yeah, it's a lot of man hours, right, that you put into this game. But at the end of the day, it's literally a video game. And it's also not a video game that I'm super familiar with. So I can't even give you like my expert analysis on like what a mage is supposed to do. Was he actually truly out of mana? Did he have like a way to, in the fastest way possible, get back mana and then try to save those 2 high level players? Like, all of this stuff all of this stuff to me is so, I don't know. Watch Soda's YouTube vid on it. Like, people took this opportunity to shit on Thor for everything now. Like, people have been holding it on for a long time. Yeah, people died and you're making jokes. This is so stupid. He didn't get anyone killed. They pulled and made mistakes. They said to run, so he ran. That is stupid. It's the story. I think it's the best. I think even if you're not immediately responsible for it, from what I understand, in terms of like how these sorts of dynamics play out, okay? Even if you're not immediately and directly responsible for the death of 2 other players, it's better to always take ownership over it. It's almost always better to say, I'm really sorry. I'm truly sorry. I should have done better. It is entirely in my hands. Even if it's not entirely in your hands, I think that's probably the best thing to do. It's probably the best possible way to get around it, right? Because if you don't do that, people are just going to, you know, get more mad at you, and then they're going to do the thing that people do to me all the time, which is, you know, comb through every little aspect of your stream in an effort to continue the drama train as hard as possible, where you know, they'll just like keep piling on over and over again and turn you into a lolcow. Especially WoW players, I think, and WoW enjoyers in general are some of the sweatiest guys out there. So they have a proclivity towards that sort of behavior anyway. So I think the best possible thing he should have done, like, is the best possible thing he should have done in this regard was just to be like, I'm so sorry. I really messed up, and I will do everything in my power to you know, offer restitution to the people that died, right? Because I saw Soda, you know, I saw Soda Agay's take on it. Like, I saw a piece of it where he was eating a slice of pizza, and he basically said exactly what I was thinking as well, which is that, like, and I don't know anything about World of Warcraft, right? Where Soda Agay basically said, I'm worse than Tyler 1. Tyler 1 owns me. I'm Tyler 1's bitch. And then in between saying stuff like that, but you know, what did Nick say? What did my other goat Nick say?
You know what? I always thought if I actually got into some sort of drama, like some real drama, because I never really get in any, that I would just like double down and then triple down. But now I see what that gets you. I'm going to apologize instantly, even if I don't even believe it.
He said the same thing. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
I mean, apologizing also doesn't get you anywhere, though, because if people hate you, they'll still like hit you. You know what I mean? If people hate you, they don't care. It's a weird predicament. It's just like, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The best thing you can do is never be in the crosshairs of like the monitors. You know what I mean? Should someone apologize when you don't think you deserve the hate, like the Gucci shirt or house with you? Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, even if I was like, hey guys, I'm so sorry that I purchased a house for myself and my family. Like, do you think that would have stopped people? No. So it doesn't matter, because it wasn't about like purchasing a house or purchasing an expensive Gucci shirt. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing, even if you're just being like, I'm so sorry for buying a house, like, it doesn't matter, because well, first of all, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Whereas, like, it seems like a lot of people that are infinitely more knowledgeable of the situation in terms of like WoW and how to deal with raids, also were in line. Like, they also were saying like, yeah, he did the wrong thing, right? Whereas it would be very funny if people were just like, hey, the purchasing of a house is inherently immoral. Your house didn't permakill 2 other players, though. I like that this person literally is more invested in this than anything else. Why is messing up in a video game considered drama now? It's not even necessarily messing up in a video game. I think the reaction, or the double down, triple down, quadruple down in the process is what like created this perfect shitstorm. You know what I mean?
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna apologize. You know, I'm not even gonna do, I'm gonna pre-apologize. I'm gonna make a video just like today, guys. I'm sorry for what I did, and like just launch it instantaneously, bro. Just get it out there, man. Scam. It's gonna be so fast, man. It's gonna be like, oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah. if you draw the ire of some of the sweatiest, like most extremely online people, it's kind of, you're kind of cooked no matter what. Like they'll find something inevitably, especially given the format of Twitch streaming. They'll inevitably find something to yell at you over, you know? They will inevitably find something to yell at you over. It doesn't matter. Especially if you have a long sequence of being online and like you've piled up a lot of both goodwill from people and also negative attention from people who just see you a lot and just hate you, you know, because they've seen you a lot. It's a unique predicament because on the one hand, there's like validity for people to exhibit resentment, given, you know, what the reaction looks like. Pirate mentioned you. He was subbed that he subbed, but you don't run ads. He was frustrated with that. Yeah, okay, dude. Good one, though. At the top of the hour, I used to run ads, but I no longer do that. But you can still subscribe in order to support the show, the stream. For $6 or for free, you will have the opportunity to be able to send me links that there's no guarantee that I will click on, but you have the opportunity to be able to do so by subscribing. You can also use the wonderful emotes all around the platform wide. That's right. Twitch Primes are still free, however. Here is the lack of ad break now. There is no ad break, though. Don't worry. Hero of Zoe, thank you for the 5 gifted. And Robnito, thank you for the 5 gifted. There's some ceasefire updates we're going to get to in a second, but we're not going to do that yet. Before we get to the ceasefire updates, that's the one drama that we covered. The other drama that I must cover before we get into the ceasefire updates. Imagine hating some random ass person online, lol, lol, lol. Anyway, what? Are you going to talk about someone who is loved? LeBron bringing that girl to tears with his presence alone? He doesn't talk about politics on stream, and if people try, he tells them to go watch you. Yeah, I think Pirate has like decent politics. He doesn't strike me as someone who has like bad politics at all. And I think it's like it's purely vibes based. Like but I don't know enough. You know what I mean? But I would suspect that a lot of it is like vibes based. I see too much of the way that. Like, I think it's probably the confident ways in which he carries himself when he's doing commentary in short formats that sometimes you land on a thing that you know better than he does, and then that like causes you to hate him, kind of. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? He's kind of a lib. He just has a progressive-ish vibe. Anyway, where were we? Oh, okay. By the way, shouts out to this chatter who made wonderful Kaya stickers. Birdie. KB25 Birdie? Is that the right one? This is incredible. These are amazing. Amazing. He did admit he did something wrong. He just didn't apologize for getting brigaded by the WoW community. Anyway, oh, it was KB Birdie. Yeah, I liked it when she first posted it. Incredible. Incredible work. Talk about David Lynch, RIP. We will. I will get to that in a second.